In this video, you will learn how to integrate MongoDB using Node.js Express server backend. So open up your browser and simply search for MongoDB, and you will see this one, mongodb.com. Click on this. Then after it, you can click on sign in, and then sign in with your Google account. So I will click on Google. I will sign in my Gmail account. Continue. So it will create our MongoDB account using Google, and it will allow us to sign in as we sign in using Google directly. Okay, then I have accept the privacy policy and term of service, submit. If it is your first experience with the MongoDB and you have just created the account using Google or even using email, then you will see this screen where they will ask you what is your primary goal. So you have to just answer this question. For example, our primary goal is to, let's say, for example, build a project I have in my mind, or you can say learn MongoDB. Okay, so let's say we have a project, so you will just say build a project I have in mind. Okay, and then how long have you been developing software with MongoDB? So I have never developed software with MongoDB before. Then it will ask you some basic question, which programming language are you primarily using? So we will proceed with the, for our API, or you can say for our backend Amazon clone, we are using JavaScript, or you can say Node.js. So select this one, JavaScript Node.js for the backend. Okay, and then what type of, these are just question. Okay, if you choose any answer, you can go with it. It is totally up to you. You can even choose Dart. This is just like the question, or you can say a survey they ask. Survey, so they can ask question from their users, that is what they are basically using. Okay, so anyways, what type of data will your project use? So for example, you can choose from here, let's say streaming data, and just choose one. I mean, you can just proceed. Okay, and if you want, you can choose some other also. So anyways, please specify the types of data. It is optional, you can leave it empty. Will your application include any of the following architecture models, like these? So mobile, we are developing it for the mobile, or you can simply choose not sure, none. Okay, and then click finish. These are just questions. Okay, you have to just answer. Then there are some MongoDB options which you have to choose. For example, we will proceed with the one which is free, okay, for learning and exploring MongoDB in a cloud environment. So we'll proceed with this one. Make sure to choose this. After it, when you choose this free, then click on go to advanced configuration, then select free shared. Okay, this one, free shared. After this, it will ask you to choose the cloud provider and region. We will leave it as default, or you can also change it according to your region. Okay, so it is totally up to you. I will leave it as default, and then you can simply click on create cluster. And here you can see this icon, click on it. Okay, and from here you can click on new project. And now we are going to create our MongoDB project. So the project name we have to provide here, so we will give it name as backend, without spaces. We can say Amazon clone, backend Amazon clone, and then click next, then create project. So it will create our project by the name Amazon backend Amazon clone. As you can see, backend Amazon clone, and you can choose your project from here. Okay, backend Amazon clone. The project 0 is created by default when we sign up, or you can say when you sign in with Google, then it created by default. However, the project which we just created is by name backend Amazon clone, so make sure that you choose this from here. Okay, you have to choose it from here. Here you will see that this is the chosen project. Then click on create, and this step you already know, you have to choose free. Then click on go to advanced configuration, click on shared, free shared, and free shared, and then click on create cluster. It will show you this, so you have to choose, for example, select all images from crosswalk. So I will choose the images with crosswalk, verify, and then it will create the cluster, as you can see. So for our project, this one, you know that it is selected. Okay, for this now it asks us username and password we have to set. So any username and password you write here, you have to remember that. For example, for my project backend Amazon clone, I set the username is F438, and the password you can set here any password which you can remember easily. I will give it, for example, 123 ALI 456. Okay, in your case you can set your secure password. You can take a picture of this, that is for this specific project my username and password is this, and you know that why we do it, you can read it here. So anyways, you set your username, password, remember these, and then click on create user. Then after it, you have to write the IP address from where it will be accessible. So we want the access from everywhere, so we will write 0.0.0.0, okay, which means access granted from everywhere. Okay, you can add this description, and then click on add entry, and then click on finish and close. Go to overview. Your cluster is being created. Then it has been created successfully. You will see this UI where you will see this connect button. Then you have to click on this connect button. From here you will proceed with this option, compass. Okay, choose this one. Using this URL we will connect with the MongoDB. To copy this URL, first of all, when you copy this URL, then go to your backend Amazon clone, and in here in our index.js file, here we will add a constant. We will give it name as MongoDB URL, MongoDB URL, and inside the double quotes we will paste the link. Okay, make sure to put a semicolon at the end. Now here it will be your username written. Okay, in my case my username is written. For reference I have took a screenshot, which I already told you guys to take a picture so that you can remember it later on. You remember the screen where we set the username and password. In my case my username was ALIZEB438. In your case, for example, if your name is, let's say you give a username John58, let's say you give name Elena56, so your username, any username you have, it will be written here. In your case your username will be written here. Then we have colon. After the colon we have this DB password. Now this same password we will write here, which we give it here, okay, while creating the user. So you have to type the same password here. So in my case I remember my password, in your case you remember your password. So you have to write your password here. My password was 123ALI456. Okay, so your username, colon, and after colon your password, and which was the username and password which we add here while creating the user in the MongoDB dashboard. I hope you remember that. Okay, after this you can go to the browser and you can simply close this, or you can click on done button. Our MongoDB backend Amazon clone is created successfully, which is our MongoDB project, you can say. Now we have to integrate it in our MongoDB. We have to integrate to our backend Amazon clone. So for that purpose, open up the new terminal, and first of all we have to install. So npm install I, and to install MongoDB in our project you have to write MongoOse, Mongoose. Okay, npm space I space MongoOse, which means Mongoose. Okay, then press enter. So it will basically install the MongoDB in our project so we can access it. So it has been added successfully. Now if you go to the package.json, then you will see Mongoose. Now go to the index.json and we will add here the Mongoose, which is Mongoose MongoDB require Mongoose. Now using this we can simply connect to the MongoDB using this MongoDB URL. So in here we can simply say mongoose.connect and pass the MongoDB URL. Then add parentheses, inside it add parentheses again. If we are connected successfully to the MongoDB, then we will print out the successful message. So we can say use arrow operator, then add curly braces, make sure to add semicolon at the end, and then in here we can say console.log connected to MongoDB successfully. Close the terminal and then click on file, make sure to save all, then open up a new terminal, and now let's run the server using node index.js, and here we go. Here you can see connected to MongoDB successfully.